Lucas join up.
Okay, 50 have joined, others will join. Let us start. So, we are discussing the causes for corruption. 4 causes we have already discussed. Okay, first one is selfishness. Second one is eagerness to solve our personal emergencies. Then third one is children, lack of strict supervision. And fourth one is lack of legal enforcement. I was telling you about Lokayukta and Lokpal office. If they are given enough power, then corruption can be stopped. Okay. Then, what are the effects of corruption? Effects of corruption, let us see, children. It's okay, sir. Okay. So, effects of corruption, let us see afterwards. I'll send you the photos to your WhatsApp group. So, first and the most important effect is it affects our public life as well as our personal life. You all know the effect of corruption in our day-to-day life. Then, it also affects the social, economical and political life of the country itself. Whatever amount, okay, Pratham, please unmute your video, switch off your video, Pratham, Panditru. Okay. So, second one is it affects the social, political and economical life of the country. So, whatever amount is meant for development work, that is stopped. Means the half of the amount will be used for bribing. Half of the amount will not be used for developmental work. Social life, political life as well as economical life of the country will be affected because of corruption. Third one is it leads to misadministration by the government officers. Whatever work is to be done, it will not be done. So, when misadministration happens in the government offices or departments of ministers, again it affects the social and economical life of the country. And fourth one is it also leads to crime. Okay. So, you know about many scandals, no? Hawala scandal you might have heard, mining scandal. So many scandals have taken place so far. Crores of rupees. You might have heard about Vijay Mallya. So, crimes, Vijay Mallya, Nirav Modi, all these people, they involved in corruption and the amount misused by them, it cannot be used for what? The welfare of the public. So, these are the important effects of corruption. It affects the personal as well as public life, government, the country's country's economical, political and social life is affected. It leads to crime and it also leads to misadministration by the government officers. Okay. Then what can be the solutions for corruption? How corruption can be stopped? You know the causes already. So tell me the solutions for corruption. Fast. Raise your hand. What are the solutions? Tell me the solutions for corruption. How corruption can be stopped? Soumya Hegde.
Strict government officers should be appointed.
Strict government officers should be appointed. Means strict laws should be enforced. Supervision should be there. Then Shreya Bhatt. Shreya Bhatt.
CCTVs should be arranged in every government offices.
CCTV should be arranged and they should be properly maintained also. Okay. Not only fixing CCTV, it will not work, but they should be maintained properly. CCTVs should be fixed in the government offices. Then what else we can do to stop corruption?
Strict punishment should be given.
Strict punishment. Exactly. Strict punishment should be given. Harsh punishment should be given. Then Bhuvana.
Increasing the number of courts and judges.
Referring the textbook fast. Okay. Number of courts as well as judges should be increased. Then who else is there? Brihati. Brihati, what is your suggestion?
Supervisors.
Loudly.
Appointing secret supervisors.
Secret supervisors should be there. Okay. Secret supervisors, spying agency should be there, no, to check whether corruption is going or not. Okay. Then
Spreading awareness among the people that corruption is wrong.
Exactly. Okay. Creating awareness among the people. That is very important. Then Jeevan. Okay. See, these are all some important measures with the help of which we can stop corruption. So first of all, creating awareness among the people. Okay, developing the moral values and ethics in the public life. People should become aware of it. People should commit themselves to stop corruption. Personal commitment should be there. Okay, then with the help of that, we also need the will of the government. The political will. Politicians should have the will to stop corruption. They should have what? Make mind. They should make mind to stop corruption, and for that, people's support is also necessary. Okay, then next one is institutions like Lokayukta and Lokpal. In tomorrow's class, you have to tell me who is appointed as Lokpal at present and who is appointed as Lokayukta of our state. That you have to tell me. That is homework question. You Google and tell me later. Okay. Who is the Lokpal of India at present and Lokayukta of Karnataka at present. Even though they have not got much power as of now, they are there. They are already appointed. So the solution for corruption is giving power to this Lokayukta and Lokpal, and we should also see that the person who is appointed as Lokpal or Lokayukta should also not be corrupt. Okay, that we have to see. Then CCTV you have already told. CCTV should be fixed in all the government offices. Then harsh punishment should be given. That is okay. Then afterwards increasing the number of courts and judges. Number of courts and judges should be increased so that the cases pending in the courts can be cleared fast. Last one is increasing the efficiency of the government. Means we have to choose better politicians. So if we choose the people who are not corrupt, then efficiency of the government will increase and they can do something better for the nation. So this is all about corruption. If you have any doubt, please raise your hand. Any doubt about forms of corruption? Okay, no one is there. Now let us go for the next important problem, that is discrimination, children. So discrimination, what is this discrimination? What is the meaning of discrimination? That you have told me yesterday. Discrimination is being partial. Okay, so making difference on the basis of caste, gender. So the discrimination on the basis of caste, that we will discuss in our separate lesson in sociology. Then discrimination on the basis of gender, again that we will discuss in this lesson only under a separate part. One thing is remaining under discrimination, that is regional discrimination. Okay, you know that India is a very large country and few parts of India are developed and few parts of India have remained underdeveloped. Can you tell me, if you take Karnataka, our state, can you tell me which part of Karnataka has remained underdeveloped? Means comparatively, which part of Karnataka is lagging behind?
North Kannada.
Bidar.
Bidar, exactly. Very good. Bidar, in which part of Karnataka is Bidar located? In which part of Karnataka? North, south, east, west?
Northern part of Karnataka.
Exactly. So northern part of Karnataka is lagging behind. No. So this is, we can call regional discrimination. It happens because the person who is doing the work, see, in the British, before 1947 we were ruled by British and they did not give much interest, okay, for the development of our country. The regions which were under the rule of our princes, our kings, somewhat they worked for the development of their region. If we take Mysore region, somewhat it is developed compared to your North Karnataka region. North Karnataka region, it was under the control of Hyderabad Nizam and he was the puppet of British. Okay, he was completely the puppet of British and there were political instability in Hyderabad also. So that is why Hyderabad Karnataka region remained not so developed compared to Mysore and all. So the same thing continued after your independence also. Means Mysore already developed, Hyderabad region remained underdeveloped or not so developed. So this is how there is regional difference all over in India. If we go to northeast part of India, yet they have remained underdeveloped. No proper transportation system is there. Okay, so the people who are living in northeast part of Karnataka, they are facing many problems. So first we have to understand the meaning of regionalism. Okay, so regionalism is a deep passion of people for the place where they are living. Okay, I live in Shirsi. Okay, and I am enjoying some public authority. Maybe I have got some public authority in Shirsi. But what will I do? I will work only for the betterment of my place and I do not accept, I do not tolerate the betterment of Siddhapura or Yellapura. I have deep passion for my place. Having love for my place, or that is good. But if we do not tolerate the development of other places, that is bad. Okay. So it leads to what? Regional imbalance. So deep passion for the place where we live, okay, that is called regionalism. So in India, you have seen, for India it has become a big problem or big challenge for Indian government because it has to maintain, it has to see that the regions which are comparatively developed, they continue to develop, and the regions which have remained underdeveloped, backward, government should see that they should be developed. Okay, so what are the problems caused by regionalism? What do you think? If we have too much love for the place where we live, what will it lead to? Raise your hand. Is there anybody? Did you get me, children? If I have too much love for the place where I live, you take India as a whole. If I love Karnataka very much, if the Chief Minister of Karnataka loves it very much, and he doesn't tolerate or he is not able to understand the problems of neighboring states, what may it lead to? Shreya.
Aji with Shreya.
Loud. Which?
Shreya.
Now you only, Marie.
Maji, it may create a dispute between two regions.
Exactly. It will create disputes between two regions, right? Can you give me an example? It will create. Give me an example for that.
Maji don't know.
Shri Harsha?
Mahadayi River dispute.
Yes, Mahadayi river dispute. Okay. In the same way, you give me some other river disputes.
Kaveri River dispute.
Kaveri river dispute. Very good. Then Krishna river dispute, Kaveri river dispute, Mahadayi river dispute. We have dispute with all our neighboring states. Okay. For Mahadayi river, we have dispute with Goa. For Kaveri river, we have a long dispute, right? With Tamil Nadu. So many disputes have been taken place. Violence has been committed in the name of this Kaveri river water dispute, right? Then we have dispute with Andhra Pradesh and Maharashtra because of Krishna river. So river water disputes will arise, and in the same way we have border dispute, right? With which states do we have border disputes? With which states do we have border disputes?
Maharashtra.
Exactly. We have border dispute with Maharashtra. Then recently you have seen a film, no? Some 2 to 3 years ago. Hey Sharade. What is the name of that film?
Kasaragod.
Exactly. So for Kasaragod also we have dispute with which state?
Kerala.
Right. Okay. So this is how this regionalism leads to dispute. It causes problems. Regionalism causes problem. Then what else will happen? Some regions they can start asking for independence. Kashmir, it wants independence. Okay. Punjab, it wants independence. Hyderabad, very after independence, it wanted to become independent country. So all the states they start asking for independence. Then will India remain integrated, children? It will not remain integrated, right? If Punjab is separated, if Kashmir is separated, if Hyderabad is separated, some regions in Maharashtra, they want separate state. Vidarbha, they want separate state. Already Andhra Pradesh is divided into Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, you know. Uttar Pradesh is divided into Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. In the same way, if all the states of India want separate status, okay, some parts of states want separate status, and if some states of India want independence, then it will cause what? Problem for integrity and unity of India. Okay. So love for our place, it is very good, but it should not be very much, or it should not cross the limit. We should tolerate the development, we should tolerate the growth of the regions which are there with us. So regionalism is what? That love for place, our place is good, but it should not cross the limit. It will become problem for integrity and unity of our nation, as well as it will lead to what? Economical development will slow down. You have seen because of Kaveri river water dispute, violence takes place. Government has to concentrate on that to solve the problem of violence there. Okay. So This is how regionalism is a problem. How regionalism problem can be solved. That is the next part of the lesson. Regionalism should be solved. How it should be solved? For that, government has already taken many steps. One good example for that is, there is an article in our constitution called Article 371. Okay, 370, you know, that article is abolished already. But after that, there is one more article, 371. Under this article, some separate status has been given to a region which has remained backward. Article 371, it has been amended from A to J, means there is an amendment called A, B, C, D, like that up to J. Article 371 has been amended. One example I want to give you. I just told you that Hyderabad part of Karnataka, means the part of Karnataka which was called Hyderabad Karnataka before, it had remained backward for many years. Your Bidar region, Gulbarga region, that region had remained backward. So for the development of that region, special status has been given to that part of our state. So here, government in the government jobs, reservation should be reservation is given in the government jobs for the people of that region. Separate reservation is given. In the same way, for entrance to your higher education, maybe for engineering, maybe for your medical seat, a separate reservation is given to the students of that region so that they can develop themselves. So special status is given under Article 371. Amendment is from A to J. Many amendments have been done. So in the same way, many regions of India have got special status so that government can give separate fund for the development of that region. Government can take separate schemes for the development of that region. A reservation in the jobs as well as reservation in education is one example. Okay. So then in Karnataka, one committee was established, children. It is called D.M. Nanjundappa committee. You can discuss with your parents. It was very popular during your parents' time. D.M. Nanjundappa committee. And this Nanjundappa committee, it studied all the regions of India and it prepared a report. Which region of India has remained, which region of Karnataka, I'm really sorry children. D.M. Nanjundappa committee was established by whom? Karnataka government to study what are the problems because of this regionalism, or what regions of Karnataka have remained backward. So it studied in detail and it gave a report to the Karnataka government, and on the basis of that only Karnataka government suggested the central government to bring an amendment to Article 371 so that Hyderabad Karnataka can get what? Separate status or special status. Being the part of Karnataka, it enjoys special status. So these are the measures taken by the government for solving the problem of regionalism. Okay. So we started with amendment to Article 371. Then we have discussed about what children? The step taken by Karnataka government. That is formation or establishment of D.M. Nanjundappa committee, and on the basis of the report of D.M. Nanjundappa committee, the solutions. Okay. So these are the solutions for regionalism. One more solution if there is. Okay. So solution for regionalism we have understood. So any doubt children? Here what is regionalism is a question. Deep passion for the place where we live, that is regionalism. Later, how regionalism is a great problem for integrity and unity of India, how it causes problem for India, that we have seen. Then third, what are the solutions for regionalism problems caused by regionalism, that we have discussed. Do you have any doubt here? Do you need any clarification? If you need any clarification, please raise your hand. So, shall I move on for another topic? Okay. So, the last topic which I have planned for today is low status of women. Women have remained, means in India always gender discrimination is there. In your 9th standard, first language English, you have learnt one very nice article written by Srimati Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. So there we have learnt in detail how Indian women are discriminated. Okay. So Indian women, they are not allowed to participate in political field. They are not means they are not given good education. That is why they cannot participate in executive as well as lawmaking field, and even in the administration field they cannot participate properly. So to solve this discrimination on the basis of gender, to improve the status of women, Government of India has taken many measures. Can you tell me some of the measures? Women have remained backward. Women cannot participate properly in the administration and government jobs. What are the reasons for that? And then you will get the answer, solutions by the government. You read in the newspapers regularly. What steps have been taken? Why women have remained backward? ಇದೀರಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡೋರು? ಸಿರಿ? ಸಿರಿ. To improve the
Punishment of
punishment. Maria.
Establishment of women and child development.
Okay. So, I cannot hear you properly, maybe because of network problem. You can hear me, no?
Mataji.
Siri. You can hear me, no?
Yes, Mataji, I can hear you.
Now I can hear you. Okay, tell me.
Establishment of women and child department.
Yes. So women and child department, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಮಾಜ ಇಲಾಖೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಿಳಾ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಅಂತ ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ನಿಮಗೆ? ಸೊ women and child development department, a separate ministry has been formed for the purpose of giving better health facilities as well as giving better education to women. That is one important step taken by the government. Then Pannaga? Yes, Pannaga. You are unmuted. Okay. Sinchana.
Committees and commissions have been established to promote women's welfare.
Okay. So
Mataji, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening to you very clearly. Committees and commissions have been established. National level as well as state level committees and commissions have been established. I heard you. Okay. Then see, child marriage and dowry system, they were the major problems or major causes for women remaining backward. Okay. The Government of India has passed Child Marriage Abolition Act. About that again in sociology we will learn in detail. And Dowry Prohibition Act has also been passed by the Government of India. Okay. Then in political field also, women are given reservation. Okay. So in the local bodies election, in the election of Panchayat Raj institution, that is your Taluk Panchayat, Jilla Panchayat and Gram Panchayat, Karnataka government has given 50% reservation. Okay. Karnataka government has given 50% reservation. Means in panchayat bodies, 50% of the members are women. Okay. All over India, central government has given 1/3 reservation, 33% of the members of local bodies. By local bodies, here I mean Gram Panchayat, Taluk Panchayat and Jilla Panchayat. Okay. So 1/3 of the members are women. Then in your government jobs also reservation is given to the women. Okay. Then except that Stree Shakti groups. Stree Shakti groups are established by Karnataka government. Stree Shakti group is self-help groups. Swasahaya Sangha. You might have heard about it because in Sirsi region it is very popular. Okay. ಸ್ವಸಹಾಯ ಸಂಘ ಅಂತ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗುಂಪನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು 20 ಜನ 25 ಜನರ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಗುಂಪನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ತಮಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ರು ಸಹಾಯವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ರು ಸಾಲವನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್, ಸ್ವಸಹಾಯ ಸಂಘ. ಸೊ ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸಂಘ or ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಶಕ್ತಿ group, it is also one of the examples for that. Okay. So these are all some important measures taken by the government to solve the problem of low status of women. Separate ministry is there. Then bad evils like child marriage and dowry system, they are already abolished. Strict punishment is given whoever follows child marriage and dowry. So domestic violence ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಡೌರಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಯಿತು ಹೇಳಾದ್ರೆ ಅವರನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಮೊದಲು ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಡೊಮೆಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಹೊಡೆಯೋದು ಅಥವಾ ವರದಕ್ಷಿಣೆ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಏನೋ ಕಾಟ ಕೊಡೋದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗಿಂದಾಗಲೇ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಮೊದಲೇ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಜೈಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಂದಿನ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಡೌರಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬಾಲಿಷ್ಡ್, ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬಾಲಿಷ್ಡ್, ಸ್ತ್ರೀ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಟು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ದ ವಿಮೆನ್. ಓಕೆ. Then reservation is given to women in political field as well as your jobs, government jobs. 1/3 reservation in central level and next your 50% reservation in Karnataka. Okay. So these are the important steps taken by the government of Karnataka. So about other things, let us discuss tomorrow. So in today morning I have sent you a question paper on the basis of yesterday's lesson. You solve that. Okay. Tomorrow let us continue. Thank you very much. Take 2 minutes or 5 minutes break. Nelson sir will come back.